How much was experience the key today? It seemed like the whole year, like I was talking to Fee and Mac earlier, in the fourth quarter, y'all like the best execution I've seen in a while from an NBA or WNBA team. It's like,
well, thank
y'all
you.
gonna get a shot.
Yeah.
And then y'all start rating them in.
Yeah.
Because
I appreciate that.
right before the fourth quarter. Well, what did you say to them?
What were we talking about right before the fourth quarter? We were glad we were out of the third quarter.
Rebound.
I know.
Yeah, we weren't even talking about it.
We were, yeah, I mean, I think we knew that, when we could get stops and play in movement, like in transition, we're a pretty good execution team. As you mentioned, the experience, this group, sort of played together last year and kind of grew together, and they're just confident in what they're doing, what they're getting. And I thought we were pretty persistent to get the ball where we wanted it.
And with y'all being 9-0 in a game from being 10-0 for the third time in franchise history, is that something that you remotely talked about? Because that's a big thing. It'll be the fourth time, and you're 3 of the 4. I'm pretty sure you know that.
No, I don't know that. I don't know what you guys talk about.
We don't talk about it.
No, we get excited to play one game at a time, and it's like so boring. But that's kind of the life that we live. Kind of being where your feet are, as they say, one game at a time, one possession at a time. That's how you get to kind of stack wins, and that's been our mindset. Every game we play is hard, no different today, and just finding ways to win the basketball game. And now we have to go to Seattle and have that same mindset. We know how hard it's going to be.
How's this team adjusted from being the hunted to the hunter? I mean, the hunter, the hunter,
I know
not the
what you mean.
hunters no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. How do you think we've adjusted?
I think, well, I mean,
Wow.
I think you see a difference every game, like in what we're improving on. I feel like there's a conscious effort to get better every game because we know that's happening. But even outside of that, I think we do a really good job of focusing on ourselves and like what we want to do to get better to be a good team, no matter what everyone else is thinking.
He's got another.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about the coach, about these two right here. Just talk about just better having that veteran presence. Like you mentioned earlier, just them being more cohesive throughout the season.
Not just veteran presences, but great players. At what they do. So good at their craft. I mean, obviously, Mac. Being able to be as efficient as she is, knowing that she's going to knock down threes and still finding ways to get them off. Obviously her teammates are good at moving the ball, and she's recognizing when she's open, and just really opportunistic today. I think 5 in the first half, if I'm not mistaken, and we were just moving the ball and finding, and then obviously Fee's great at everything. 3-level scorer, and a difficult matchup for people. And I'm just glad that people are understanding Fee's greatness. There's nothing else you could say at this point. How great she is at both ends of the floor. I mean, we're not talking about just putting the ball in the hole. We're talking about she leads the team in 9 deflections, 4 block shots, and we think maybe even more than just 4. But just a complete player. Best player in the league.
It's up to putting her on Enrique in the second half. Seemed like you want to pull the fire out. You put the defensive player of the year. I think she was like 1 for 5, or I don't think she scored when Fee was guarding the second.
Yeah, she was getting biased, but we wanted her off to 3, right? Because we were really unhappy with her finding her way in the first half so easily. 6 threes in the first half. She was 6 of 9, so she pulled the trigger 9 times from 3, which was not the game plan. And so your terminology was exactly right. We wanted to put out the fire. So we just needed to get her off to 3, and then she was playing into the paint, where we were terrific. We had, what did we say, 11 or 12 blocks, 12 steals, 11 blocks. And so I think, getting her into those spaces, and, I think as a team, Dallas was 11 for 38 in the paint. So guards did their job, get her off the line, and then our second line did their job, and they were square and were hard to play against.
Okay, we'll go to Kent on Zoom.
Yeah, first for Coach, I mean, this is kind of becoming a kind of a game by game thing, but you talk about Fee and her being a 3-level scorer. You look at the start of that fourth quarter, 3-pointer, mid-range, layup.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of the definition. She scores 7 of your points at a 14-3 start. It's like when you need her, there it is, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what franchise players do, and the recognition for her teammates. And I thought Fee in the first half made some great plays playing inside out. I think that's where Matt got at least one of her threes, and just kind of established herself like, hey, I got great teammates, and she knew when to go to work. And then second half, I thought she was more persistent. Maybe we were more persistent in trying to, put the ball down there, and teammates recognized that. And, Fee was open for even more threes. She took 6, but, she shot faked a ton. But smart player and, just recognized what the defense was giving her.
And was Courtney dinged up a little bit there?
Yeah, at halftime there was some concern about her calf muscle, and we really, really, erred on the side of caution until the start of the fourth quarter, and she demanded that she be given an opportunity to play, and we agreed through the trainer that we would keep it a short stint, and that was about a 3-minute stint, and then we were able to get through the rest of the game without, taking a chance of putting her back in.
Well, all she did was, get assists on Fee's first 2 shots, right?
Yeah. Yep. No, it was good.
And Fee, just, 5 straight double-doubles now, kind of filling the stat sheet. I mean, you talk about taking over the game when it needed to be taken over. Is that a conscious thing on your part, or is it just kind of what you do now?
I feel like it's both. I mean, like Coach said, my teammates put me in really great positions. I think Cheryl does a really great job of knowing where people should get the ball to be efficient and effective. And our team, especially in our second year together, has really recognized that as well. So, I think almost all my baskets, if not all of them, were assisted by my teammates. Like, I am not the player I am without them. And so I think it really comes down to, recognition of all of us about where are good shots for people.
We'll go to Aya on Zoom.
Hey guys, it's good to see you. So it's a little bit unrelated to the game, but Satu Savali recently said that the Mercury playing 9 games in 18 days was too much. I know every team has tough stretches like that and back-to-backs. What has your experience with your team's schedule has been so far this season, and do you think it's too compressed?
You know?
You can.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to talk about kind of the CBA too. Just recognizing that, we're working really hard to get that done, and we're not asking for anything unfair. We're asking for what we deserve, what we've earned. And so we're working really hard to make really good progress before as the mid-season approaches. And I do think that's a concern for us as well. It's a lot of games in a short amount of time. So that is something we're looking at, but I just wanted to get that out there and keep that story relevant, that the CBA is really important. We're working really hard to get that done, and we're hoping the league reciprocates that energy.
It's good to see you guys. Thank you.
Jennifer on Zoom.
Jennifer Porty from Let's Talk Women in Basketball. Congrats on the win, and congrats, Napheesa, on your 51st career double-double. My question is, what's something behind the scenes that fans don't see that's helping this team grow stronger game after game?
You don't see it, but we talk about it a lot. Just the chemistry that we have and the love for each other that we have is so genuine. And it goes back to wanting to put people in places to be successful, because not only does it make our team run well, but we want that for each other genuinely. We want each other to be successful. We really, Coach says this, don't have the disease of me or I. We really want to win as a collective, and I think you see that every single game. Almost all of our baskets are assisted, and you don't do that. That doesn't happen on selfish teams. And so it's really fun to be a part of a team that plays like that.
Kent, again.
Yeah, just one final question. I mean, you guys have kind of talked about putting complete games together. Was there any frustration that a game that was a 14-point game was down to 1 entering the fourth, or was it just a matter of,